Part 2 of the final Japanese level. There's 2 more mortar pits coming up that you need to take out before you can move on. And the first time I played through this level, I could hit the mortar pits from down below just by throwing these over the fence, but for whatever reason, I just could not do it as I was recording. I'm not gonna do it.
1,000 points of light. Not gonna do it.
So I got a mortar into that first mortar pit, but I just couldn't get into the second one, so there's another box of mortars that you can throw up ahead on the left. So I'm going to kind of push forward, toss some grenades, kill guys the old-fashioned way, the boring way, if you must. But I got a grenade in there for some unknown reason after... I don't know. It's weird recording sometimes, and you know this. Like, you'll get stuck on something that you just flew through the very first time when you're just doing, like, a practice run. And it's frustrating as shit. And for whatever reason, I flew through this part the first time, but on recording, it took me a long-ass time to get through it. Like, I probably didn't die the first time playing through this, and then, you know, here it took me, like, 5 or 6 tries.
Yeah.
So, just keep throwing mortars at people, because... yeah, this is the best part of the game right here.
Because of the noise. Wow, how are you not dead?
Because I pressed B at the right time and I stabbed him in the neck.
So, speaking of the
and
wrestler...
he's stuck in the wall. No, we're not speaking of the wrestler.
Oh, I just want to make one more comment.
Oh, well, I want to make one more comment first.
Okay.
So, if you think the area is clear, grab another mortar. And then... oh, it's not clear yet, but before you run into the house up ahead... and get the checkpoint, grab a mortar and carry it with you through the checkpoint, so then you get that checkpoint with that mortar in your hand and you can use it after you inevitably die. So, the wrestler.
They reference Call of Duty 4.
Really?
Yeah. He, so it's like this washed out wrestler, and he's in this original NES game where he's a character in the game. So he has it, and he invites this little kid over to play. And the little kid's telling him about how awesome Call of Duty 4 is. And he's like, has no idea what the kid is talking about. This is kind of cool.
Huh. That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, do you ever listen to music or anything while you're playing video games?
No, I don't listen to music.
While you're playing games?
No, I don't.
Oh. Well.
Unless it's like Skate.
So, actually, quick thing I want to say here. This is an area where you pretty much just want to rush right the fuck through. Just ignore all the bad guys. And don't ignore them, but don't stop and kill them.
Oh.
Just kind of run up to this corner right here. Let your teammates catch up to you and do all the dirty work. And then, after they have moved forward... this is one situation where they will kind of move forward a little bit. After they have moved forward, you need to continue to run forward again and keep pushing them. The problem with doing this is sometimes they'll run right past bad guys as well. And then you'll get shot in the back when you think the coast is clear. So you can see right there, they're like the Japanese were like pinned between me and Roebuck up ahead. Or Starbuck. And, yeah. Oh, so...
music.
Music. Well, I was listening to a podcast, actually, as I recorded this part, and I'm just thinking about it now as I'm watching myself play this. And another good podcast recommendation is, it's called A Life Well Wasted, and it's by another ex-1UP staff member. And it's basically like an NPR-style program about... video games. And there's only been 2 episodes so far, but they're really good. And the one that I was listening to when I was recording this was he was interviewing a guy from Stanford, I believe it was, who's like in charge of their history department. Like that's part of video games, or not part of video games. That's categorizing video games. It was just really interesting hearing him talk about how they're trying to like save games for the history books, basically. And I'd actually been contacted by their department a while ago to upload all of our videos to their FTP, and I never did it. So actually, I think because of that podcast, I'm going to go back and do it because it was a really interesting story. So anyway, a life well wasted. Good podcast.
Good way of life.
Take aim.
Mm-hmm.
Wasting.
Wasting.
With video games. Is that a reference to video games being a waste of life?
No, not at all.
Okay.
So you can just skip that area right there. There's like a turret that you can use to mow down a bunch of guys, but it's easier just to pretend they don't exist and run right past them.
So is this the longest video you've ever made? It's like almost
Holy shit, it's 14 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I've done longer.
Good God. Woo!
Yeah, it's a long one. We're getting into that middle stretch.
Mm.
Yeah. So keep pushing through the dojo with the paper walls. You think you'd be able to like walk through those, or to like knife through them or something. But
Yeah.
but alas, no, you cannot. Downstairs into the tunnels. This part is pretty. It can be hard because there's guys shooting down on you from above, but they also some of them walk right next to red barrels, which is like
Cardinals. Mistake.
If I was training an army of unnamed soldiers to fight in my world domination scheme, first thing I would do is tell them don't stand next to red barrels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when the enemy comes, make sure you're not standing next to red barrels,
Mm-hmm.
because it's kind of dumb.
Mm. You're gonna be.
And if I want to take over the world, I want the best trained guys.
Yeah.
But like my elite group of soldiers are going to be protecting me,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not going to. They're going to just know right away not to stand next to red barrels.
Whatever you say, Scorpio.
There you go. That's two.
Yes! Yes!
I'm-
Fuck you. It actually
me.
was relevant to what we were talking about. And I haven't seen that shit in years. Anyways, I have another off-topic comment.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised.
So, my mom
Mm-hmm.
is...
Watches these videos.
She does watch these videos, but she's becoming a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And she is doing her teaching assistant... doing her teaching practice.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of like how med students do their resident, but for teaching. And she's doing it at the middle school we went to, Falcon Creek.
Oh, okay.
And she's telling me how all these kids love Call of Duty.
Okay.
And I'm like, you'd probably get in trouble if you recommended our site, huh? And she's like, yeah, I'm not even going to tell them. Because these videos I can't be recommending to 7th graders.
Yep. Even though
in 7th
even
grade...
though some seventh graders are playing these games
and
with
listening,
the mature
and
rating.
watching this,
And watching
and
this,
listening
but-
to us. Like, I was playing Mortal Kombat in 2nd grade.
Mm-hmm. It's
And-
because our parents didn't know what the fuck was up.
Here's the difference. No, here's censorship. If you're a little kid who's like never exposed to this, you're a loser. That's it. Or Mormon or Amish.
Or Amish.
So while she can't recommend our program,
Mm-hmm.
she knows all the kids would love listening to it. I just called our walkthroughs a program.
Program. Yeah, this isn't, Sunday afternoon.
But I think a 7th grader would, appreciate
Oh, yeah.
hearing us talk shit. And say the
I'm
F
sure.
word, the frack word.
Frack. Oh, Battlestar is over. Finally. Have you seen it yet?
No, I'm 2 episodes out.
Well, I'm going to spoil it right now
No,
for you.
do not. I'll freaking shove this microphone up your nostril.
Okay. Well, everybody dies.
No, don't talk about Battlestar. Let's talk
So
about...
you have a choice here. You can save
something.
Polanski or you can save Roebuck because these guys strapped bombs to their chest. And someone asked me if you're playing co-op if you can save both of these guys. And I never tried. So, and honestly, I don't care.
Is it kind of like the Dark Knight, where you can
Yeah, exactly. Like
rescue Rachel or...
you can
Harvey?
shoot one set of guys or you can shoot the other. And this lasts, well, let's see, how long is this? How much more time in this video? 3 minutes? Extremely simple. Just lay in the corner. Laziness gets you through it.
Just like Metal Gear Solid
Just
4.
fucking lay in the corner. And because everybody that's going to come after you is going to try to kill you with their bayonet. So just be sure to have a couple SMGs so you can blast them at short range. And just chill out. In a minute or so, you're going to get some air support. And it's going to take 1 airstrike to kill one of the buildings, and then 2 airstrikes to kill the second building. And you have to take out both of them. And it takes like 20 seconds or so for each airstrike to recharge.
Alright.
Yeah, so just chill the fuck out. Get yourself a cold brew. So, yeah, you get the airstrike, just put it on the roof of the building, or right on the side of that big red barn.
Oh man, it reminds me of Mercs too. There's so many airstrikes in that.
Yeah, that was a pretty ridiculous game.
Pretty awesome game.
I'd like to see a Mercs mod for Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Or a Saints mod.
Saints Row mod? A mod that makes the game fun?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or if they did an Army of Two mod where they completely changed the game to not suck.
Apparently, for Army of Two Squared,
The 44th
sequel?
century.
Whatever it's called, I don't know, and I don't care. They really took like all the criticisms of the game seriously about how like bro-tastic it was, and they like are completely leaving that behind and making it a super serious
Are they bringing back the tampon healing?
They better. They best.
Awesome.
Yeah. So what the fuck did I do with those emails?
Army of Bro. Army of Two also. They're gone. She's gone for.
Emails.
That's way too long. We only have
Yeah, I'm
a
trying to
minute.
cut to the
Chase.
Cut to the chase, yada yada yada. I'd like to hear your opinions about not only what you think IW can do to improve upon MW mechanically and with gameplay tweaks and changes, but also what guns and attachments and things like that you hope to see. Add a matchmaking system like Halo 3, and add more customization options for custom games, because the game gets pretty fucking frustrating when you're playing hardcore search and destroy and you get hit with a grenade launcher across the map. Don't like that very much.
Yeah.
And that's fucking bullshit, and if you do that, you're a fucking pansy. So that's what I want to see in Modern Warfare 2. A lot more online. Honestly, I don't give a shit at all about single player. I just do not fucking care at all. I don't. I'll play it and I'll make a guide for it. I don't care. I just want it to be done as quickly as possible. I'm going to be putting a lot of hours into multiplayer, so I want to see a lot of their development skills and time be put into multiplayer, and not, single player nonsense that's over in, a dozen hours.
All right.